Hi guys. So, it just told me that there was some poor connection, so hopefully this will hold up. Sometimes I love live video, but sometimes I really hate live video. We'll hope and cross our fingers that this lasts. Hi, I'm so glad that you can join us for Fall and Winter Wellness. I am really excited about it, and it's really something that I'm kind of passionate about too, because I'll get into my story in a minute, but I want to kind of make sure that you guys, that might be, hold on, trying to get it adjusted so everybody can see. This is like a legit class, you guys. Like, I actually have a board and everything, so I'm gonna be writing on the board too. It's oh my goodness, I had to oil up so much, you guys, before I jumped on here. It's been a day and a half, and like last night we had this kind of mini high school reunion dinner, which was great, but I got home like way later than, and by the time I got home and got actually like wound down and asleep, it was much later than I normally do. So, and then we were out and about today a lot, and it's just been kind of crazy. And so I got the kids to bed early because my daughter skipped her nap today. So I figured, all right, early bedtime, right? So anyway, so hopefully they stay asleep, because my husband's in a meeting. So I think we're going to probably have to plan our next classes, our Facebook classes, on a different day, because, oh, hi, Cindy. Because Wednesdays are probably not the best days for me, actually, when I think about it. Like, it's better to have the husband, you know, able to watch the kids. So anyway, but yes, I'm really glad you joined tonight. I'm super excited. I put on some Peace and Calming tonight. I was huffing it like right out of the bottle, and some Valor, and then I really needed a pick-me-up, so I put on, well, it's actually an allergy blend, but it has peppermint in it, so I'm like, all right, peppermint, perk me up here. So, winter wellness. Let's just jump right in here. If you come on and you're watching the replay, go ahead and jump on and comment and let us know. Just introduce yourself and let us know if you're totally new to oils, if you have been using them for a little bit, or if you're like an old oil pro, let us know. And if you have any questions while I'm doing the video, feel free to just go ahead and comment and ask. I may or may not be able to answer you right then, but I'll for sure jump back in the comments or at the end of the video, answer any questions that I can see. I'm a total squirrel, and so if I like start looking down to read the comments, I like lose my train of thought, like no other. So, winter wellness. I'm just gonna tell you my story really quick. I had my daughter 2 years ago. She just turned 2 in August, and she was my second child, and I ended up having to have a C-section with her, and like 3 days after we had her, I ended up back in the hospital with a blood clot, and then my incision got infected, and then I got hives all over my body for like days and days, and then my son, I got hand, foot, and mouth for my son, which you do not want as an adult. Let me just tell you, you do not want it as an adult. It's really not fun. So anyway, so I got that, and then like the whole winter, like I was just sick on and off and on and off and on and off, like the whole winter, and it was just miserable. Like, like a new baby and you're always sick, and it's just not fun. Like, it's so miserable to be sick all the time. So coming into last fall, I was determined, like, not to have another winter season like that one. And I really wanted to figure out how to build up my immune system naturally, so that I could, I'm gonna, hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull this closer. The lighting's not great in here. Hold on. Pull the lamp a little closer. Okay. So I really wanted to find something that could naturally boost my immune system. And my sister-in-law actually mentioned this oil called Thieves. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll check that out, you know. And then there ended up being like a class at my library, and so I went, and it was Young Living, and so they had Thieves there, and they had Stress Away, and like some of the blends that only they have. And so I got to smell it, and I'm like, oh yeah, like this is what I want. I want to, you know, I had been looking into kind of like herbs and making your own tinctures and all that stuff, which is great, but I am not the DIY person who's gonna actually do it. It was so overwhelming to me. So this was more my speed. I'm like, okay, like oils, I can do that. Just put it into the diffuser, rub it on, we're good to go. So anyway, so I ended up getting my starter kit and joining Young Living, getting the starter kit, getting set up with that. And that I noticed a huge change that whole winter season for me. And then in the months since, I've really been able to figure out for me how to really head off things before they get started, which has been great. I haven't been actually sick in like months and months and months and months. And so, not to say that you won't ever get sick, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But I noticed a huge difference. And so that was kind of how and why I got started. So that was the whole winter wellness was the reason that I got started with oils in the first place. And then it's, of course, so many more areas of my life that they've impacted and benefited me. But that was where I really started from. So, hold on a moment. Okay, so gut health. We're going to start at gut health because gut health is super, super important, you guys. But can we all agree that the system that takes the biggest hit during this winter season is our immune system? I think everybody kind of knows that. Well, 80% of your immune system lives in your gut. And you know, when it's in that winter season and you come down with something, and you go see the doctor, generally, a lot of times what's he going to prescribe you? He's going to prescribe you antibiotics a lot of the time. Well, antibiotics, unless you're on your deathbed, please don't take them. Like if you can avoid it at all, if there's any possible way you can avoid it, do, because antibiotics destroy your good gut bacteria. So then, you know, you've been sick, they give you antibiotics, now they've destroyed all your good gut bacteria, so now you have digestive issues, and it lowers your immune system. So then it's like this negative domino effect, right? So, you know, it just knocks down all these other things, and it's kind of like a vicious cycle, you know. So the gut is super, super important. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. The 4 systems that really kind of get hammered during this, you know, fall winter season are the immune system, which we already talked about, but also the skin, the respiratory, and the digestive system. Because you think about it, like, you know, the kind of cold, harsh, dry winter weather, you know, is hard on your skin. And then respiratory, we tend to kind of get those respiratory kind of things going on during the winter. And then also your digestive system, partially, you know, like we have all the holidays and all the food, and, you know, that the unhealthy, you know, not so nourishing food, and, you know, so that doesn't help either. So we've got, you know, those systems are kind of getting hammered quite a bit during this season. So we really, really want to get those super supported going into the fall. And we want to work on building up those systems so that they're strong. And then as they get hammered, they're not like just tanking. How much, and let me know if you have a guess, but how much money do you think the average person spends per year on healthcare? Like, any ideas at all? $10,000. And that's the average, you know, but the average person, $10,000 a year on healthcare, which is a lot of money, you know. In our family, now that we've transitioned into using oils and more natural, wellness alternatives. If someone does get sick, I know that I have something that can help them in like my little natural wellness cabinet, and whether it's something that can help prevent them from feeling sick, or something that can, if they are sick, can help them get better faster, or just when there's not a lot you can do, there's a lot of comfort in oils and, rubbing oils on. And so, when your kids are sick and there's not a lot that you can do for them, if it's something they just kind of have to go through, the oils will still help them, get better faster, but they also just makes it, it's a comforting thing too. Like, you can actually do something that feels comforting to them. So that's a really great way to kind of be empowered, with your own wellness and your own health care, instead of completely being dependent upon the system and the doctors and people other than yourself. So anyway, so coming into this time of year, we really need to ramp up our usage. You want to be flooding your body with good things that it needs to function. So oils are like fruits and vegetables. Okay, so you don't just eat, one piece of broccoli in a day and say, all right, I got my vegetable, I'm good. You eat a lot of them, and you eat as many as you can throughout the day, and because you're getting those good nutrients, and you're wanting all of those good things in your body, so that your body has what it needs to be well, and to heal itself, and to have the support that it needs. So oils are like fruits and vegetables in that way. It's you want to be using them, and using them as much, you want to be using them a lot, not just like, oh, I'm only using them if I have this particular thing going on that I want to do. You want to be using them every day. Quick side note, one of the gals in our group, she had sinus infections like all the time. She was constantly on antibiotics and steroids. She started using the oils, and now she's been 3 years without a sinus infection, and she's off all the steroids. And that's just a matter of you using the oils to, flood your body with all of those good things. And your body does the rest. Like, God designed our bodies, to work and to heal themselves, and He designed them in a good way. But they need those building blocks, and they need those things to support itself and to be able to do what He created it to do. So if you feel like you're not sure what to do, just use more oils. And that's one thing where it's so easy when you have your kit, or you have your oils, to put them on the shelf and say, okay, when something, it's so easy to kind of set them there and forget about them. Or when something's, is going on, you're like, oh yeah, I should probably go, use one of those. Or, it's really easy to kind of set them aside and then just forget, and they kind of collect dust. So we really have to establish a habit and make it part of our routines, and really get it ingrained. First thing in the morning when you're getting your coffee and you're, doing your things, make turning on your diffuser, taking your capsules, with your oils, or putting on your oils, rolling them on, putting them on your feet, your arms, your wrists, your neck, make that a part of your routine. We're going to talk about why in a second. Because the more that you use them, the higher your body's frequency. And this kind of sounded a little weird to me when I first heard people talk about it. Like, oh, your body has a frequency, but it really does. The fact is, your body, all living things, have a vibrational, energy. Again, it sounds kind of weird, but they do. Well, oils have very, very high frequencies and vibrations. So this is where I'm gonna bust out the whiteboard. So hold on, let's see how this is gonna work here. Maybe this way. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this. let me know if you can see it or not. So when you are feeling really good, this is kind of, I should have probably like cleaned this off a little bit better. My kids were like coloring all over it. Okay. When you're feeling amazing and really good, okay, so you're feeling good. Can you see that? Oh, it's going to be backwards. Shoot, I forgot about that. Oh, well, I'll tell you what I'm writing. You're going to have, oh yeah, that's probably just pointless, isn't it? Shoot. Here I was thinking I was being all cool, busting out the whiteboard. But when you're feeling good, your vibrational energy is about like in the 60s. When you're just feeling awesome and like, you know, good to go, it's about in the 60s. When you're starting to get sick, I don't know why I'm still writing this. It's going to be in like the 40s or the 50s when you're really starting to get sick, right? And you're just like, oh, like not feeling good. If it gets to 0, you're going to go see Jesus because you're dead. Dead things do not have vibrational energy or frequencies. Okay, so the higher your vibrational energy, the less you get sick. You're less susceptible to cancer and other sicknesses. You're more resistant to all of those things. So you want your vibrational energy, your frequency, to be higher. You want it to be in those 60s. Well, some of the things that help, I guess should I keep writing on here? Somebody tell me. Or is it just pointless? It might just be pointless. Okay, some of the things that help your vibration and increase your and your frequencies are things like good sleep. Okay, good nutrient dense real food. Ningxia Red, the super potent antioxidant drink that Young Living has, that will help with your frequencies. And then oils, like I said, they have a very high frequency, so just getting a lot of oils onto your body will help raise your frequency. Oils are way more effective as prevention. They also have a very high antioxidant score, and antioxidants remove toxins from your body. Like does anybody know how many toxins we're exposed to in your home? Like the average woman is exposed to in her home every day. The average is, oh good, it is going. The average is 300 chemicals and toxins. Like, and 80 of those are usually before breakfast because they're putting on all of their makeup and, you know, doing all of their things where they're getting ready. So, so 300, like it's crazy. So we're constantly being exposed to all of these chemicals and these toxins, and that's why we really want to flood our body with the antioxidants, with all of those good nutrient dense foods and all, you know, the oils that will help increase those frequencies. Things that lower our vibration are things like stress. Okay, stress is so huge, you guys. But the good thing is that there's lots and lots of oils that that really, really help with stress. One of them is Stress Away, which right here. Hold on. I sniffed Peace and Calming, but Stress Away is my other go-to for that, right? So Stress Away. Stress Away is great for that. Oh, Valor, which I did put on. It was Valor. Frankincense. If I had my frankincense upstairs, I would have put that on. Joy. All the citrus, like tangerine, orange, citrus fresh. Lady Sclerol is really great for that too. So there's a lot of support that you can give your body for stress. Lack of sleep or lack of good sleep, which we're going to talk about that a little more in depth too. And I'm gonna try that one on the whiteboard just because it's more of it's not so much words as it is picture thing. So, sugar is so bad for us, you guys. Oh my goodness. It's like all the bad things feed on sugar. and we'll talk about that a little more in a minute too. But yeah, so sugar, all those highly processed dead foods. Again, dead means there's no frequency. So all of your, boxed and packaged and, like prepackaged stuff, like it's pretty much all dead food. Like there's not any real good nutrients. There's not any, there's usually a lot of not great stuff in it. There's usually a lot of sugar, and other preservatives and chemicals and just junk in it. So it's not doing your body any favors. It's slowing your vibration. Generally speaking, if you can't pronounce it, your body can't metabolize it. So read the back of the boxes and things. Shop the perimeter of the grocery store. All the things in the middle are, generally the things that you don't want to be eaten anyway. So shop the perimeter, all of the fruits and the vegetables and the dairy section and things like that. You want to get lots of antioxidants every day. The best way to do that is Ningxia Red. And again, that's it's a wolfberry puree, like juice puree, and it's infused with essential oils, and it's like the highest antioxidant ORAC score I think that they have. So they come in, the serving size is 2 ounces, so you can get them in the bottles, like the big bottles, or you can get the squeezy like on the go packs, and those come in 2 ounce packets. But if you get in the habit of using that, I've been taking it since November of last year, I think. And I noticed a difference right away in my energy, because I had been nursing or pregnant for like 5 years at that point, or 4 years at that point maybe. Let me tell you, I couldn't remember the last time that I didn't feel like I just needed to lay down and take a nap in the afternoon. The first day I drank Ningxia Red, I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't feel like crazy Energizer Bunny, but I was like, it's like a slow, steady energy, and so I was like, I'm just going, I'm still going, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I don't feel like I have to lay down, like, oh, awesome. But that's just one benefit of the many that they have. Like it's great for it supports eye health, like blood sugar, like stabilizing blood sugar, and then just all the antioxidants, of course, that's a huge benefit just in and of itself. So we already talked about how important gut health is. So we're going to revisit a minute, because almost all diseases begin in your gut. The gut is actually called your second brain. When the good bacteria are killed or messed with, it just wreaks havoc on the body. Also, 90% of our genetic material lives in the gut, which is kind of crazy. So it causes a ton of problems when the bacteria is skewed or off. And then for kids, their guts are not fully developed. And so, like they get the ear infections and different things. And so we take them to the doctor and they give them antibiotics, and all those antibiotics can really cause lifelong issues unless they're like really proactively working at increasing their, bettering their gut health. So you really, really want to be careful with kids, and really, again, for anyone, but especially for kids, you really want to avoid the antibiotics if at all possible. There are 100 trillion microorganisms in your gut. And again, we already talked about 75 to 80% of your immune system is in your gut. But even if you have even if you've been eating all the junk, even if you've been on antibiotics for a whole long time, you can still change your gut flora by what you're eating, by using the oils, by making those positive changes. You can still change that gut flora. The good bacteria in your gut actually prevents the bad. They're like little soldiers, and so they're like preventing the bad bacteria from getting in. So that's why when you kill off all the good stuff, then the bad stuff is like, all right, like jump in there. your gut health strongly influences your mood and your brain. Serotonin is actually made, or I don't know if they say manufactured, but it's like made in the gut. So if your gut health is off, it can cause you to be depressed. Changing what's on your plate also is, it can be one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. But if you can do it if you start small. It's like, you know, one of those things that really does require like just a gradual lifestyle change, you know. And so for me, I mean, I used to eat the standard American diet, like all the packaged stuff, and, you know, like just drank sodas a lot, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we just really gradually, slowly, my husband and I, especially once I got pregnant with my son, like we kind of were really starting to try and eat healthier, and we slowly both weaned off our sodas, and we, you know, stopped eating so much carbs and packaged stuff, and you know, and cut back on grains, and started really eating a lot more fresh fruits and vegetables, and, you know, just transitioning to a more of a real nutrient-dense food diet. But our food is loaded with GMOs. Almost all of our food contains it almost. And 90% of people will test positive for Roundup in their urine. Okay, let that sink in for a minute. 90% of people will test positive for Roundup in their urine. That is disgusting, and it's just kind of makes me mad. So the GMO, in case you're not sure what that is, a GMO, they change the DNA. It means genetically modified organism. So they change the DNA of the seeds so that they can spray the crops with Roundup, and the Roundup won't kill the crops. But now it means that we're eating the Roundup. So yeah, so it's just a bad situation. Like it's not doing anybody any favors. 70% of our rainfall now contains Roundup, which again is not great. It's a hormone disruptor. It can cause cancer. It can cause all sorts of problems. So we can minimize that by eating more organic. I know sometimes that people's budgets don't, you know, really stretch for that. So washing your fruits and vegetables really good is important. Young Living actually has a fruit and veggie wash. But they have those like Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 lists. You can just Google those. But that it tells you like the Dirty Dozen is like the 12 fruits and vegetables that you really want to try and buy organic if you can. And then the Clean 15 doesn't really matter if you buy organic or not. So check out those lists. But also, you know, just eating a healthier, nutrient-dense diet's gonna help. But one of the things, another great resource is It Starts With Food, which is a book by, oh shoot, what's his name? Dallas. I'm getting him confused with somebody. Dallas something. Anyway, just Google It Starts With Food, or I'll put the link at the bottom of the video. It's the people who created the Whole30 diet wrote the book. But it's really great because it explains what the different types of foods are doing to your gut, your brain, your hormones. And so it really gives you the motivation to make some changes to your diet too. And then we touched on sugar and all the bad things, like the, you know, yeast and the bad bacteria. All those things live on sugar. And sugar is inflammatory, and it can cause a bunch of problems. And guys, sugar is in almost everything that we buy, like that's pre-made, pre-packaged, processed stuff. Like they add sugar to every stinking thing. So read your labels. And mostly just start cooking your own, you know, cooking your own stuff. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be so simple. And I would love to help any of you, you know, if there's some changes you want to make and you're not sure how to make them, you know, food-wise and stuff, let me know. Like, I would be happy to help kind of come up with a plan and some baby steps and, you know, give you some resources. So if that's something that you're interested in, please let me know. Like, I would love to help you out. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we've got all this Roundup in our intestines, and, you know, we're eating all this Roundup, and it's gross, and, you know, we don't want it there because it's not good for us. So a really great place to start is a cleanse. And so Young Living actually has a 5-day, like, really gentle cleanse that you can do. My mom and I are actually doing it this starting Monday, I think, Sunday or Monday. And it's a really great kind of gentle way to cleanse. So she and I are doing it. A bunch of gals in our group just did it, and they're actually doing it again, or one of the gals in our group did it, and a whole bunch of them are going to do it. But that way it really helps to, like, get all that junk out. And then you can start fresh, because some other things that are really great for gut health, like, you know, once you kind of want to get the bad stuff out before you start putting all the, you know, nice probiotics that you paid money for, you know, in and stuff. But probiotics are going to be really, really great for your gut health. Fermented food, like really fermented food. There's, you know, like kombucha and, you know, the sauerkraut stuff, or, you know, real fermented pickles, or there's lots of different fermented things, fermented types of food that are really great for your gut. Okay, let's see. So sleep. Here's a fun fact. The sleep that you get before midnight nourishes your body 2 to 3 times as much as the sleep you get after midnight. So this is probably not, all the night owls are probably booing me right now. Like, but it's just a fact. Okay, so it's not me saying it. It's just a scientific fact. The sleep you get before midnight counts way more than the sleep you get after midnight. So if you can possibly do it, try to, you know, go to bed more like 10 or, you know, something, and get some of the sleep before midnight, so that it really helps to nourish your body more than the sleep after midnight. Okay, I'm going to do a little diagram thing here. Hold on. Ugh. Alright, so this is how God designed our sleep cycle. We'll see if you can see this. Okay, so we're awake up here, we start to go to sleep, and we come down, and it goes up like this. It's a cycle, right? So it goes up and down, we go in and out, and then here we are, and we wake up in the morning. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll probably pull the board up here in a minute. But each cycle, so we go down, and we're getting into like our deep sleep. So down here is like our deep sleep. Each cycle, and then we come up to a light sleep cycle. And this is where, if you're a light sleeper, you might wake up. Okay, and that's okay. Okay, so this is how God designed our bodies to sleep, is these cycles. So if you're a deep sleeper, you might not wake up, but if you're a light sleeper, you might wake up. But, and then, so you'll wake up and you fall, or you may or may not wake up, and then but it's the light sleep, and then you know, come back down into the next cycle to deep sleep, and then come up again, and so on and so forth until you wake up. Okay, each cycle is 75 to 90 minutes. And that's where down here is where you're sleeping hard, you're dreaming. This is where all the dreaming happens. This is at the bottom, and when you're in the deep sleep. And then, you know, you come up and the cycle starts over. So, here's another fun fact for you. If you take prescription medication, you know, prescription sleep stuff, if you're drinking, you know, some alcohol, I don't know how much exactly alcohol, but if you're, you know, those types of things, this is how they will influence your sleep. They will take you down like this, and then you'll stay in that, like, deep sleep place, and then you'll come out. And, you know, you might look at that, and my mom looked at it, and she's like, well, that's great, right? I'm getting all my deep sleep. Like, I'm getting a lot of good sleep. But the problem is that it's not how our bodies were designed to, like, that's not how we were created to sleep. We were created and designed to sleep in these cycles. So what happens is when we take those things and we sleep like we're in a coma, and then we come out of it and we feel like crap. Pardon my language. We feel bad. We feel like we were in a coma, or like we were, hit by a truck, or we don't feel good. That's the reason, is because we weren't cycling like we were supposed to. Okay? Bad sleep messes with your cortisol, which helps your immune system stay regulated. So again, this is why it's important. And when your cortisol is messed up, it messes with your hormones and all sorts of things. And sleep is what regulates the cortisol. So, and another hold on, figure out how to sit here. Another interesting thing that can be super helpful for people is, you don't want to come out of your sleep down here. Okay, like you want to wake up, like set your alarm and that kind of thing, when your body is actually naturally coming up into your lighter sleep, and then you wake up or you set your alarm. If your alarm goes off and you're like down here in deep sleep, you're gonna feel bad. Like, you're not gonna feel good because your body's coming out of sleep abnormally, or like not when it's really supposed to. So they have apps. I don't know the names of them offhand. I think I actually downloaded one. If I can find some, I'll link to them in the comments. But they have apps that will actually track your sleep cycles, and then the alarm, you can set it so that the alarm will go off when you're actually in your light sleeping thing. So like I think you give it like a window, like I need to be up, between whatever 4:45 and 5 or something, but it'll wake you up, and the alarm will go off when you are up coming into your light sleeping cycle, so you're not coming out of like a deep sleep. And that's why if you try to, like, if you wake up or your alarm goes off, and then you try to set you keep hitting snooze because you're like, okay, well I don't need to get up right now, like a few more minutes or whatever. Well, then you start going back down, down into a deep sleep, and then your alarm goes off and you're waking up down here again. And that's why a lot of times you can feel so much worse after hitting snooze for a while, because your body's coming out too far in your deep sleep. Let's see. Okay, exercise. Again, exercise affects your immune system, your gut health, your mood. It can be as good as depression medication for some people. God created us to work, and our body needs that physical work, and most people don't do that kind of work anymore. We're in the digital age, and most people are at desks and doing things on the computer and all that kind of stuff. So, but people who exercise have better gut health, and it boosts your immune system. So I really, really encourage you to find a way to move your body. It can look like whatever. And I talk about it more. I'm going to be doing a wellness puzzle series, and we're going to talk about a whole video just on exercising, because you really want to make it work for you and pick the thing that you actually enjoy doing, and that really varies, person to person. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the oils. Now that we've hit all the other areas here. So some of my favorite winter wellness oils and products, Thieves Cough Drops. They are a little bit expensive, but that's because it only takes one. Like, I love them. They don't have any of the sugar and stuff that most of the other cough drops have. So those obviously you only use them if you really need them. But I always keep them on hand because they're awesome. Thieves. You want to have Thieves in your mouth if you can every day. When you're, especially in this fall season, when you're really trying to boost your immune system, it's kind of like a force field, like one time a day. if you actually get sick, then you want it like, or you're starting to feel sick, then you want to up it to like 3 times a day maybe. So you can make a tea with some lemon oil and thieves, like 1 drop. You only need 1 drop because it's a little spicy, right? You can even, if you're tough, you can put a drop on your thumb and then just, you know, put it in the roof of your mouth. It might burn a little bit, but then it actually kind of numbs too, so it's not that bad. Oregano, that's the one that's you don't want to put in your mouth. That one will burn badly. I've done it. You'll live, but you gotta, like, you know, chug the water. Inner Defense, that is, I don't know why I didn't bring it up here, sorry. Inner Defense are gel caps that have thieves and oregano in them. The gel caps help it to get past your stomach and into your intestines before it releases, so that helps with, you know, not burping up oregano, which is no fun. And they're also more portable, so you can just, you know, toss them in your bag if you're going somewhere. It's what I don't really take it generally unless I am starting to get sick or I'm feeling like I'm on the edge. If I'm kind of just doing maintenance, I'll maybe take 1 a day, or if I'm kind of feeling a little off, I might take 1 a day, but then if I really kind of start to get sick, then I up it to 2 capsules 2 to 3 times a day. Super C is Young Living's vitamin C, and it's packed with vitamin C, right? So for that, again, you can take it kind of regularly at like 1 a day as maintenance, or how, you know, 1 or 2 a day as maintenance. But if you're sick, like 4 tabs for a loading dose. You want to take like a loading dose to really get it in your body, and then take 2 every 2 to 3 hours after that if you're like, you know, getting sick. Life 9 is our probiotic, and that is super, super great for, you know, all your gut health. So, and again, we already talked about how important gut health is for your immune system, and during this time of just our health in general, really. So I take Life 9 every night, and then just the thieves oil, obviously. I diffuse it pretty much constantly during the fall and winter, you know, because you're breathing it in, it's helping to clear the air. So that one is just something that literally, and it's great because it's the perfect fall blend, because it has like clove and lemon, and it smells like fall too, so it works out perfectly. But yeah, I diffuse that all the time. If I'm starting to get sick, we roll it on the bottoms of our feet for the kids and for I. But thieves is like, you want thieves in your arsenal. RC, it stands for respiratory care. So that one, you can diffuse it, or you can just rub it right on your chest. I use that mostly if I'm already starting to kind of feel a little wonky, and I need some respiratory support. Digize, again, that one, Digize is the oil blend for your, it helps just aid digestion, support your digestive system. It's awesome. I take that one every day in a capsule, and I'll kind of talk about my preventative and then my if I'm getting sick routine here in a minute. But we're just kind of quickly going over the different products that are great for your winter wellness. So I take that one every day. Purification is a blend. It helps to like deodorize, but also helps to purify the air. So you can diffuse that one, and that one's really great. Exodus 2 is kind of like, I was told, thieves on steroids. I actually haven't tried that one yet. But it's based off oils that I think Moses used in Exodus. But it's people love that one for winter wellness. ImmuPro is a chewable pill, and it's got wolfberry in it, so it's and then it also has natural melatonin in it, so it's a perfect thing to take at night. Like, you take it at night. I was taking it for a while because I had been taking it while I was traveling, and it like helped me. I mean, totally. I used to never sleep hardly at all in hotel beds. I would wake up it was just not great sleep ever. But ImmuPro, it was awesome. I slept so well. And then I kept taking it when I got home, but now I'm using other oils for sleep that work just as well. I save the ImmuPro and I take that before, like, if I'm starting to feel something, or if I'm thinking, okay, like, I didn't get a good night's sleep and I ate some sugar, so I need to take an ImmuPro that night, because it will boost your immune system, but also helps you to sleep because it has that melatonin. Breathe Again is another great one. It comes in a roller ball already, and so we'll put that on your nose, your neck, your chest. It's just a great one for respiratory stuff. Raven is also a great oil for winter wellness. And then obviously Ningxia Red, I take that every day. If I'm not feeling great, I'll take it twice a day. But it contains every amino acid, 6 grams of protein. It's kind of like the Fountain of Youth drink. It's great for overall health, eye health, detoxing. It protects DNA. It's great for digestion, memory, stabilizes the blood sugar, all those kinds of things. We actually had people in our group who she was on 2,400 milligrams of ibuprofen and a prescription for anti-inflammatory because she had some kind of arthritis stuff. She'd been seeing a rheumatologist. And she started drinking Ningxia Red, and she is off everything now, and she has no joint pain. If you are having kind of an inflammation, kind of joint pain issue, you can add copaiba oil to your Ningxia Red. That one also comes in the starter kit. And that will also really, really help with that. When you're wanting to support your skin over the winter, the satin facial scrub is really great. It really helps to brighten your face, nourish your skin. The toner is really great with that. And then I love doing frankincense on my face. I do it every day with my moisturizer, a drop or two. But myrrh is also a really great oil for your face for fall and winter. It's really thick, so you do it at night. But that one is really, really great for your skin. Esther in the Bible, when she had her 9 months of like beauty treatments, they were using myrrh. So it's a really great one for that. The Orange Blossom facial wash is really great. And it goes a long way. You can put it in like a foaming pump and it'll last a long time. Rose ointment is also amazing, and it's really great for any kind of rough skin or really dry skin. And then the sandalwood moisturizer cream is really great for your hands and face. Oh, and the Thieves spray. They have a spray. It's awesome to spray. If you have a sore throat, you spray it in your throat, and it helps to numb it and feel better. Or you can use it to disinfect surfaces and stuff too, So that's a great one just to have for preventative also, because you can, keep it in your purse and, you're in the bathrooms and you can spray the handles or, that kind of thing. Multi-greens is another great one. You can take it in the afternoons for an energy boost, and greens are so important just in all of your health anyway. And then mineral essence. I just started taking this. Every disease state can be traced back to a mineral deficiency. And your body doesn't really absorb other things, as other vitamins and stuff as well, if your minerals are low. So that's a really, really great one to add to your preventative wellness. You can put it in, it's actually, ours is liquid. So you do like 5 kind of dropper things. And then put it in like water or juice or something and shoot it and drink some water. It's not bad. It kind of smells like cinnamon actually. So yeah, so you want to decide kind of what's on your wellness list, like what are some things that you want to kind of stock up to have and to start doing to really build up and support those different systems, your immune system and digestive system and all that. Okay, so this is my little proactive when I'm Oh, really fast though. The other thing I really want to encourage you to do is really start listening and paying attention to your body. And this is very hard. I've gone, what am I, 34? 34. How does that happen? I've never listened to my body very well. It's not been easy for me. But I've really been trying to start doing that. And so I've noticed I've been able to, like, as we're talking about all those different factors that kind of influence our immune system, right? I noticed for myself, because everyone's different, but I noticed for myself, if I got a bad night's sleep and I ate processed food or sugar, kind of in conjunction, that just tanked my immune system. And it like made this big hole for like sickness to like come in, right? So for me, if I know now that I've been paying attention, I know that if I don't get a good night's sleep and I, haven't been eating that well, I need to take some extra precautionary measures, right? And so listening to your body, because it's really, you're really going to have to kind of experiment a little bit and see what works for you. Some people like other, different oils that they think work better for them, but this is what, so you really have to kind of customize it for yourself, but hopefully this will be a starting point for you, and it's somewhere where you can start and then kind of adjust it and see what works for you. But for my proactive, like what I do in the fall winter season on a daily basis, I do, like I said, I diffuse thieves every day. I'll diffuse purification too. I take a capsule every morning, and that capsule has digize. It has lemon. It sometimes will have peppermint, and then I usually do at least 1 drop of thieves every day in a capsule. I take the Life 9 probiotic at night. I take the mineral essence. I put the, we're kind of talking about our skin supporting, so I put the frankincense in my moisturizer and put that on every day. I'm going to start doing the myrrh. This is the first I had heard about it, so I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to start doing the myrrh at night. And then I put oils on throughout the day. Like, I try and do it like at least 3 times a day or more if I feel like I need it. But I put oils on my feet. I'll put joy or, stress away and peace and calming smell really good. So I put those like on my wrist or my neck, I'll pick some oils, abundance. Sometimes I'll do abundance. There's lots of different oils you can put on. But again, we were talking about you just want to get the oils on your body so that it can help increase your frequency, right? So it doesn't necessarily matter. You don't have to like have the exact right oil for exactly some specific purpose. You can just, you can be putting oils on, and they'll still do good for you. Like, they will still help your frequency and increase your frequency regardless. So if you're not sure exactly what oil to use, just pick one. Like, pick one and put it on, or pick one and start diffusing it. You can't, like, it's like fruits and vegetables. You can't go wrong. Like, you don't have to sit there and kind of be like, well, now hold on, I think I need like some vitamin B. So what are my vegetable options for that? Like, you just eat a bunch of fruits and vegetables and you're getting your nutrients, so like it's the same kind of thing. Like, we don't have to be super nitpicky with it and try and figure out exactly which thing. Just put some on, and then get plugged into our Facebook groups and stuff, and we can help you out with, if there's specific things you're wanting oils for, we can help you with that, and help you figure out what what you can use and different things. But to start off with, just get them on you. I started taking a capsule every single day with all the starter kit. Comes with some vitality oils on the top, which are oils that you can take internally. And so it comes with peppermint, lemon, thieves, copaiba, and digize. So I put all of those. I wasn't sure exactly what to take, so I was like, well, these are all internal. So I started taking all of them in a capsule every day, and I felt so great, you guys. And then it also comes with frankincense, lavender, panaway, which is awesome for any sort of muscle. I basically stopped taking Tylenol when I started using Panaway. I was taking Tylenol almost every night there for a while. You can put on your neck and your shoulders. You don't do what I do. You always have to test it. You need to dilute it first. I can put it straight on my forehead and like here. My mom even gets a little bit on and she's like, it's like burning, because, you know, and so everybody's different. Everybody has different levels of sensitivity. So always dilute it before, and test it, you know, before you know, and you dilute it with a carrier oil like olive oil or almond or coconut or any of those things work. But just dilute it first. Don't just try it straight until you've tried diluting first, because we never know how your particular, you know, how sensitive your skin is compared to other people. So it comes with frankincense, lavender, pan away, purification, and RC, the respiratory care one, and stress away, with the like rollerball top and everything. So you get all those oils, which is a perfect start to your, you know, wellness arsenal. And then you can add on other things as you think you want stuff. But so anyway, so I just started using them, and I started using them regularly, and I really saw a difference. Nutrient dense food and water. Like I really try to eat as healthfully as I can and drink a lot of water. You know, you want to keep your skin, you know, your skin is going to look so much better and feel so much better if you keep hydrated. Greens, or just really making sure I'm getting my greens, or taking the multi-green capsule. Exercise, you know, I usually try and do some yoga and Pilates and walk and that kind of stuff. I drink Ningxia Red every day. And then we have the Thieves cleaner, and so I use that to clean everything, the hand sanitizer when I'm out and about, or the Thieves spray. So those are all the proactive things that I do. The reactive things are, and you want to do it at the very first sign. So this is another reason that you want to be listening to your body. Okay, guys? So make sure that you are paying attention, you know, like and it's hard. I know it's hard, but try to prioritize it and think about how you're feeling. At the very first sign, for me, it's like, if I start feeling like a heavy kind of heaviness in my head, kind of ache a little bit, or if I'm feeling like that kind of scratchiness in the back of my throat, those are 2 signs for me where I'm like, okay, we got to kick it into gear here, because I don't want to get anything. So I will be diffusing Thieves. I will roll it on my feet, and I'll try and get it in my mouth 3 times a day, whether that's tea, whether it's straight. I also put it in a capsule. I might, you know, and take it in the capsule. Oregano oil is another great one. Again, this is how one way that I really saw the difference in potency between Young Living and other oils. Because I used to get oils from Sprouts and stuff, and I used to put oregano, like, you know, the people I was staying with, they used to, you know, you're sick? All right, put a drop of oregano under your tongue and hold it there as long as you can, and then chug water. And so, you know, it burned, right? Well, so I'd done that before, and I was like, okay, well, I was kind of not feeling well, and I was kind of desperate, so I decided to put oregano, like, under my tongue, right? And so I did, or the roof of my mouth, maybe, I don't know. But I put a drop of Young Living in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, this burns so much worse than the other stuff did. And so, let me tell you, there's a potency difference. Big time. So, sorry, oregano. So, put it in a capsule. Don't put it straight in your mouth. Put it in a capsule. You can get the capsules, the veggie capsules, at Sprouts. Or I'm sure other places. You can get them on Amazon, but get them somewhere. And put your oregano in a capsule. And I do it with the Thieves and the Daiji's and lemon. Oh, and then the vitamin C, I take it, if I'm feeling sick, I take 4 right away. Bam. And then I do the 2 every 2 or 3 hours. I'll do 2 more. The Inner Defense capsules, I take then 2 of them about 2 or 3 times a day. I'll take the ImmuPro chewable capsule at night. That boosts your immune system and helps you sleep. I'll up my Ningxia Red to 2 servings a day. And if I'm having other like respiratory kind of stuff, then I'll do the RC on my chest or diffuse it, the Breathe Again or the Raven or the Exodus 2, like those other kind of respiratory ones. I still take my mineral essence and multigreens and stuff. I take my probiotic. And this is so important, you guys. Prioritize your rest, please. Mamas, I know that it's so hard because you've got all your little ones and everybody needs you, and so you put yourself last. But this is not the time to do that. Do what you need to do to carve out time for you to rest. This is the time where, put in a show for your kids or something, but prioritize rest however you have to do it. Leave some things undone until you feel a little better. Like, that's okay. Like, your body heals itself when you sleep, and sleep is so, so important. Don't skimp on this. Like, prioritize it. And then, like, extra nutrient dense foods like bone broth and soups. This is another thing that I want to encourage you. Have some alternatives ready, like already ready in your pantry, because, like we all, like, we grew up the standard American diet. When you're sick, it's like, pudding and Jell-O and Gatorade and, crackers and ginger ale and all of those things that have so much sugar and so much, like, other not great things for you. And it, like, white flour and, and so it can be difficult, like, when you're sick all of a sudden, to be like, think about, oh, maybe I should, like, make some bone broth, or, like, oh, maybe I should go, find some whatever ginger kombucha, or, like, but just, so kind of sit down and figure out what are some alternatives that you can do for that, and have just already ready in your pantry, so that if somebody comes down with something, you're not, like, scrambling to think of something, or just, desperately giving them the, all the old things that we normally have when we're sick. Because last time I got sick with a stomach thing, I was doing the same thing, and I was like, okay, I already need to have a list, and I need to have it stocked in the pantry. So anyway, I think that is pretty much all I was planning on covering. That was a long time, guys. I feel like, I don't know how long it was. I don't know where we're at with this. It's been an hour. I feel like more than an hour. All right. Score, guys. I got you done in like an hour. So, next step, for those of you who are already Young Living members and you have your starter kits, sit down and make your list of some of the things that I was talking about, some of the different things. Like, write down what things you think you might want for your wellness cabinet, your wellness arsenal. What are some of the things that you want stocked? And then message me and let me know so that I can help you make sure that you're getting them, because we want to make sure that you're getting them on essential rewards so that you can get bonus points, so that you can get free oils, right? Say yes to free oils, people. So anyway, so if that's you, if you're already a Young Living member, then yeah, make sure you, like, sit down and write out your list, and and that includes, like, the foods that you want to eat and all the whole thing, like, but also make your list of the things that you want for your wellness cabinet, for your winter wellness for your family, and then message me and we can figure that out for you. If you're not a member yet, then like, send me a message, and what we can do is we can get you set up with the starter kit this month. If you, let's see, it's September, we have a few more days, we've got like 3 days, okay, but they have some great promotions going on, so they're getting, if you add a few things to your starter kit, you can actually get like Inner Defense for free, or oregano oil for free, or an extra Thieves, which you'll go through Thieves, fairly quickly over the winter. So an extra bottle is great. But basically, for that, the starter kit comes with 11 oils. Okay, this is over $300 worth of oils that you get for $160 plus a diffuser. Plus all the 11 oils. Plus you get 2 packets of Ningxia Red and a bunch of samples and a rollerball top. And it gets you the wholesale price for life, which is 24% off. But this is the best deal that you're going to get, is the starter kit, because it's like 50% off, or over 50% off. So that's how you want to start. Like, that's your starting point. And then that gives you a whole bunch of the oils. That's how I got started, and I would not do it any other way again. That's the best bang for your buck. And that's really going to give you a good, well-rounded kit to kind of get your natural wellness cabinet started. So if you're not a member yet, let me know. Just send me a message, and we will get you. I'll help get you figured out. But I would encourage you to let me know before the end of the month, so that way we can see if we can get you some of those free oils, like the oregano. Because that's another, like I said, that's another key one that I always keep on hand, is the oregano. Also, any new member who signs up this month will get, from me, will get a free bottle of Christmas Spirit, which I wish I could just let you smell it right through the video, because it smells so good, you guys. It's got I think cinnamon bark and orange and black spruce or something. It smells so good. So anyway, so that's an extra freebie. So that brings it up to 12 free oils, right? And then you can, if you're adding a couple extra things to your wellness cabinet, then we can probably even get you 13, an extra, oil or two for free too. So, but that's, the free bottle of Christmas Spirit is only through September 30th. So message me and let me know if that's what you want to do. They also have a PayPal credit option. So did I say a PayPal credit option? So if the $160 all at once is a little more difficult for you to do right away, then if you get approved for the PayPal credit, you can do $27 a month for 6 months instead, with no interest. So if that's an option, for those of you, if that works better for you, there is that option. But it is the best investment that I have ever made into my family's wellness. And I highly, highly recommend, that's the way to go. So if you're looking for your next step is get your oils if you don't have them. Get make your list for your winter wellness, cabinet, and let me know how we can get you what you want, and how we can help you get set up and make sure you have all your stuff. Prioritize sleep, good, healthy, nutrient-dense, real food, exercise, and use your oils for stress. Really try to keep it simple, and do what you can to lower your stress levels. But those are the key things for your winter wellness. And so I hope you have enjoyed this video. This class is going to be open until next Monday. So if you have some friends that you think could really benefit from the video and from the information in the video, then please go ahead and invite them. And if you invite them, every person you invite earns you an extra entry into the giveaway, which the giveaway is going to be, I believe, here's what I'm going to say. Okay, if you win the giveaway and you are a current member, you'll get a free bottle of Christmas Spirit. If you are not a member yet and you are getting your kit, and so you're already getting the free bottle of Christmas Spirit from me, then I will give you another oil of your choice out of my oil stash. I've got this great oil stash, so I've got lots of things. But you'll get one bottle of free oil. If you're a current member, it'll be Christmas Spirit. If you're just joining, and you're already getting Christmas Spirit from me, then you'll get to pick another oil for free. So yeah, I hope that this information was helpful. I really, really want you and your family to have a much healthier holiday season. Holidays are no fun when you're sick, right? Let's do everything we can to just you know, boost our immune systems and keep you and your families functioning optimally, and just have a healthier season. So you guys have a wonderful night. If there's anything else I can do for you, or if you just need any other assistance or some support resources in any of this, you know, change making, and just go ahead and send me a message, and I'd love to help you out. But have a great night, and thank you so much for joining me. All right, bye guys.